Yo, 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 it's your boy, Max Tarot. Yes, I know. I'm live. Yes, I know it works. Thank you. Birds are chirping outside. The sun is shining. There's no rain. So, what do you don't want? Like some people, I tell you, weirdos, man. Some people are just weirdos, and they like attention. Yo, 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 it's back of me. OMG. I'm glad you're here. I was worried about you. I was like, oh, fuck. Hope she's all right. How the fuck did I do that again? Okay, cool. I got it. All right, cool. David, he was very considerate, always checking and making sure I was comfortable. Lots of compliment. It was chill. Oh my god. Like, did the guy, like, I mean, yeah. I mean, he was, I got that he would flatter you a lot. He would try to flatter you and tell you good things and shit like that. So I don't know. I think sometimes we get, the worrisome vibes. Actually, I don't think I know that we get when we, pull cards on things like that. It dwells on our emotions at the time or our feelings or our worries. And that's exactly why certain times, the cards come out the way they are because they correspond with your worry or your emotions at the time. You know. So that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the very first time that I read him, that time, I think it was a couple of days ago, I told you that. But last night, I don't know, I kind of got some like weird vibes. But I think it's because, the timidness and him worrying, like, if you're gonna like him, things like that. If he's gonna like, if you're gonna be like, look, judging him and shit like that. So obviously, it's a first date. So what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be worried. You're gonna be like wondering if the person likes you or they don't like you. You know, guys feel the same way. Girls, I know girls do, but I know guys feel the same way. They're like, fuck, I hope this girl likes me. I hope she thinks I'm good. I hope she thinks I'm not too whatever or too this or too that. Oh, that's good. I remember the first, like I said, the first time I read him, I didn't get nothing bad. Even last night, I didn't get nothing like extremely bad. I think it's just dwelling on emotional feelings at the time. Like I said, you feeling like, should I go? Should I deal with this? And him feeling like, oh, when she comes here, I wonder if she's gonna like me, or I wonder if she's gonna feel comfortable. I wonder if she's gonna be like, fuck this guy, I don't care about him. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad that it was good. It wasn't bad. I don't want you to come in here and say I'm never gonna see this guy again. He's an asshole. Like, I don't want that. Like, yeah, exactly. That's always a plus. Let me tell you, that is a plus. You know. Look at this weirdo coming in here. Look. It's starting to remind me of somebody else that comes in here. That's in the background, like, oh, fucking watchy and shit, and then comes in here and starts talking shit. You know what I mean? Look, why you don't tease back at Martin like you tease me? I tease her all the time too. I'm trying to be nice, but I can be. When I'm nice, I'm too nice. When I don't tease anybody, I don't tease anybody. Yeah, look, she had a nice date. I'm saying, look, I'm happy for you. What you want me to say? Yeah, he probably thought you're a weirdo. He probably thought that your toes were crusty. Or he probably thought that you don't drink this smink. You must be something fucking wrong with you. Want me to say that? Huh? 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 Let's find out about your date. Huh? Let's find out about your date. No, I don't even want to know because you go too deep. You give me too much information. Oh my god, we were on the beach and oh my god, he was holding me. It was so romantic and oh my god, it was just amazing. And he said that my bathing suit was amazing, and he said that I have a fat ass and he would love to grab it, and I let him. And after that, we made love on the beach. It was amazing. Oh my god, it was so good. That's good, Becca. Both of my last two actors, they smoked, and I didn't like that. I used to smoke too, but I didn't like. That's why I stopped. Oh, that's good, but don't let that shit fool you, though. Don't let that shit fool you. All that beautiful talk, that's all right, but you know that's like a regular thing a guy says. Yeah, be cautious. I mean, I hope everything works out for you. Obviously, I want you to be happy. I'm talking to this chick right now. She added me to Instagram, right? And I'm laughing to myself, like, why are these chicks always adding me? And then they start telling me the same thing that everybody else does. Like, are you serious right now? and you ask me the same questions. How old are you? Where are you from? What you do for a living? Have you ever dated anybody online? What was the other question? How long you been using Instagram? Like that's the stupidest shit you can ask somebody. It's like this. It's like these people are bots, like robots. It's like they add you just to add you or something. I don't even know why I entertain these fucking people sometimes. Sometimes I think they want a reading or something, or sometimes like I think that they're just like told to hear themselves. Your baby daddy is losing it. Oh, well, see, that just shows that he don't want you to move on without him, but he can do whatever he wants to. Do you ever do you ever like know that he's with somebody and lose it on him? Be honest. Like if you know he's with another chick, which I know you've known in the past, right? Do you get like mad at him, or do you blow up his phone and say, "What you doing with this hoe or whatever?" Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, why can't he just get over it? Hey, Asta, what's up, sweetheart? I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? How you been? Yeah, yeah. When you get exactly. But see, that's the thing. What's good for one person has got to be good for the other. Like if you're like that, then you know you're all right. That's good. Yeah, I know. I was wondering how you doing out there in you know, another land far away. I got the ambulance coming by. Not to me, obviously, but it's coming by on the road that I can hear it. Actually, that's not the ambulance. That's the fire truck because I just heard the horn. Springtime coming, happy. Yeah, I know. It's actually nice and sunny here today. I'm actually in shorts for once. It's been kind of cool here lately, but today's been nice. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a pretty far away distance. That's why when I leave here, like I'm like, when I go on a trip, I'm like, fuck, I'm far away from home. Like I look on the map and I'm like, holy shit, I'm way over here the side of the world. I remember the first time I went to Portugal and Germany and England. I was like, fuck, look, I'm way over here. I hope I don't get stuck over here. But yeah, it's nothing like home, obviously. But as long as you like it, as long as it's working out, sweetheart, that's all that matters. If you're having a good time and you're liking the fact that you're somewhere different. It's worse if you go somewhere different and it doesn't work. But if you go somewhere different and it's working, then it's nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, your home is where your heart. The heart is where the home is, I guess, or the home is where the heart is. I don't know. I can't remember what that saying is, but yeah, it all depends on where you live. If I tell people like sometimes you gotta like spice up your place a little bit or make it look better so you feel better there, like renovating or getting some new curtains or new paint job or putting something up, a painting or something like making it look different is nice. But if you're not comfortable in the area and you don't like living there, then it's good to change. There's always another place to live. There's always another place to live. I keep telling people that. I mean, and it's also like if you really like a place, you want to stay there forever. and you'll do whatever it takes to stay there. It's like me and my sister and her soon to be ex husband. My sister's getting a divorce, and she wants to keep the house, and the kids want the house because we just renovated it with the pool and everything. And the kids are like, I don't want to go nowhere. We guys made the pool for what? So we can leave. So he doesn't want the house, and he says that obviously my sister has got to pay him his half or whatever. So me and my sister are planning on keeping the house so I can stay here in the apartment and help her and help the kids. Cause he doesn't want no parts of it anyway. Plus he can never live here by himself and survive. He can't survive now. He didn't do shit when he was here. So it's been difficult for me and everyone. But now we're kind of cool. We kind of realize that, people aren't going to change and he's never going to change. So we're just going to live in day by day. And we're just going to stay here. Yeah, sure, Esther. No problem, sweetheart. I can do that for you. All right, let me check. Sure, no problem. I got it. Thanks. Okay. All right. Hold on a sec. All right. So what I got is in the next 30 days, you're going to find a new place. You're going to like it a lot. There's going to be a lot of communication. I feel like a man is possibly going to offer you this place to live, or the man is the landlord, or he's going to help you find a place. This person is going to offer their services, make sure that you're fine, make sure that they help you and get this place. Once you get there, getting to this place is going to be you're going to attempt to get there, but it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a place that's further away, but it's going to be close to water. It's going to be close to a water or a river or a place that has water. So you're going to see the water from where you live, or it's going to be close by to where you live. And the decisions that you make, just try not to make the decision right away. Like once you get the place, everything will go forward, and just make decisions based on what what the place is about and the person. But the person you deal with to get the new place, they're going to be very helpful, and they're going to be trustworthy. So you can trust what they do. You're going to have to communicate with them back and forth. But I feel like you will get this place in the next 30 days or so. If it isn't this month, it's next month, or by the end of the month. Between now and next month, I see that it's a very good possibility that you'll get the place. As far as it being close to the Spanish border, I'm getting a no on that, but I'm getting it's a bit further along the coast. And if this coastal area has water next to it, then it's probably that then, because I'm getting it's further along the coast. I don't get that it's close to across the border, Spanish border. I'm getting that it's a bit further along the coast. But it's a good place, though. It's a nice place, and like I think it's a matter of time before you get. I think it's gonna be pretty much like um, you'll be successful when you get there. Everything will be like you'll be overcoming any obstacles or anything. Like just to move alone is gonna be, a task. But once you get there, you're gonna be like, "Whew, I'm so glad I'm here." Like, that was cool. It was a task, but I got here. But I actually got all good cards, all good cards. Everything is good. The only thing I didn't get anything good on was the Spanish border. I don't think you'll be next to the Spanish border, but I do get that you'll be next to the coast, like further along the coast. So I'm getting that. But either way, the place is definitely available to you to go to, and I feel like a man is going to be very significant in getting the place. So the man you might be calling the place and say, "Hey, is this place available?" And the guy answers the phone and say, "Yes, it's available. I'm the landlord. My name is Bob or whatever, blah blah blah, whatever." You know. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's even makes more sense because I'm getting that this place is by the ocean, and I got three cards here out of the six that I pulled that are saying it's next to an ocean. I have the ocean in the pictures, so it's definitely like somewhere that the ocean is near. So yeah, you can get a tan, and you can wear your bikini and look sexy and all that type of good stuff. So yeah, Esther, I got all good news for you, sweetheart. I'm glad that looks good, but I don't get nothing bad here. I get that you'll get the place in the next 30 days if that's what you want. If you're looking for a place in the next 30 days, you'll get it. Whether or not you move into that place in the next 30 days, that's totally up to you. So even if you don't move into the place, I feel like you'll find the place. And if you do find the place, you might be moving into the place as well. I think it's going to be like available for you. You know what I mean? So if you're looking right now, they might say, "Hey, well, can you be here April 1st or the first week of April?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, sure. No, it's available." Or in the next 30 days, you'll be getting that availability presented to you. So yeah, it looks all good. Yeah. My suggestion is to deal with a man. Like if you can, if I know sometimes you don't know, but like say if like yeah, say if you like if you've asked somebody, if you've asked a man recently or a man around you, like that you said, "Hey, I'm trying to find a place, blah blah blah." This guy might like a friend of yours or a client or like just like a boss or something. Any type of man that's in your current energy right now, he might be saying, "Hey, Esther, I know of a place, this and this," and he might say, "Hey, I'll hook you up with it," right? But if it isn't that, then the person that you called to get the place will be a man, and he'll be able to like guide you in the right direction. So that's what I get. But the cards are all good. It's all like a good deal. Yeah, my sister's divorce is it's getting there. It's the next meeting they're actually going to talk about child support, um, the house and things like that. He tried to do some dumb shit. He tried to like say that my sister paid me too much money in the past few years to do jobs around the house, and he said that he didn't feel like I should have made that type of money. And me and my sister were like, "Is this like a misprint or something? Like, are you serious right now? How could you say that my sister paid me too much money to do a job and I charged you less than everybody else?" And this guy's so dumb, right? You're welcome, sweetheart, no problem. But he was like, he's so dumb, he's so clueless, right? He just wants to try and find like something to aggravate us. He was trying to poke me like to see if I would slap him or see if I'll beat him or something, so he can have some type of evidence of me being, violent or something like that. But it didn't work. I ignored it, and then her lawyer asked me to like make a statement in an email stating that that I made this type of money, I charged this an hour, and I said, "Oh, that'll be perfect. I can do that for you. I have all the receipts too." She goes, "Oh, that's great. That's wonderful." So I had to like record all the receipts, all the bills, everything. I put it all in an envelope, gave it to her secretary, and we ain't heard nothing yet. The lawyer told my sister that we haven't got any feedback, and it's been almost 3 weeks, or 2 weeks now, but it's going on 3 weeks, and we haven't heard one peep from him and his lawyer because I made him look like a fool in the email. So, yeah, see, that's the thing. They have like a big ass house. They have 2 kids, and the kids don't even speak to the dad no more. Like they refuse to deal with him because he's a dickhead. And when he attacked me and my sister, that made it worse. Like he did it for no reason. He just could have just kept quiet and just went about his business. Yeah, he tried to get me involved. Yeah. And that was the worst thing he did because he should have known better than to come after me. And that's the thing. Like he always praised me when I did the renovation. And I even worked for his mom and dad. I worked for his mom and dad, his brother. I did the electrical at his brother's house 10 years ago, right? No, more than that, 15 years ago when I started I did the electrical at his brother's house. Yeah, it backfired. I worked for his mom and dad, and I worked for his mom and dad's company. So I had all the invoices from his mom and dad, payments from his mom and dad, and they paid me way more than what I charged my sister and my brother-in-law. So when the lawyer saw that, they was like, so why would he question you? I'm like, because he doesn't like me because I'm defending my sister. I've already threatened him like a few times and say, hey, you better not disrespect my sister and these kids. I'll fucking slap the shit out of you. So he uses that against me all the time. He says that, I shouldn't be threatening him in his house. And I said, well, you should be threatening my sister and the kids in the house and disrespecting me. So what? You can do whatever you want, but we can't tell you nothing? Like, you're a fucking narcissist. Get the fuck out of here. So now he's like secluded himself and he's staying in like on the other part, like on the other part of the house. He's staying like in the 4th bedroom. There's like a part that's away from the house. So he's in there all by himself where he needs to be. He's living like a dog, which there's dogs that live better than him. But, he's a fucking idiot. Yeah, it backfired on him. And then my sister's lawyer told me that, Mark, you're wonderful. I can't believe that you had all this information. And I'm so glad because it's going to cover you and your sister from his inquiry. And I was like, that's not an inquiry. That's disrespectful. You're saying that me and my sister are pretty much money laundering indirectly. When you know fully well we will never do that. We have more money than him, that fucking idiot. So he's so dumb that he put himself in a bad predicament. So when the kids found out, they were like, what? Like, all this work you do around here, and this guy has the nerve to say you weren't worth the money? Like, are you serious? Like, why would he say that? Because he always said that you were the best, and he always said that you fixed everything and you did everything properly. And I was like, exactly. I said, he's doing this because he wants me to attack him. He wants me to like beat him up. It's like he's provoking me. Like, and I'm like, you can provoke me all you want. I'm going to beat you with evidence. So yeah, he still lives here because he can't, by law, right? I don't know if you know this or not, but by law, here in Bermuda, by law, if he leaves this home before the divorce, he will lose the house because he's abandoning his family. You see what I'm saying? But I told my sister to tell the lawyer that he's already abandoning this house. He's left on weekends. He's left, like, he won't come home sometimes. Yeah, I attacked with the truth. Yeah. So ever since I did it, there's been no response, no feedback, no response, no counteraction, no nothing. Because he can't counteract the truth because it's all in there in plain sight. But see, he's so delusional, right, that he thought that I didn't keep those receipts and those invoices because the job's been over for a couple months now, right? So it's been over since October. But he must have thought that I would have thrown all the receipts out. As a businessman, I can throw that shit away because of things like this, where people are gonna come back and say, "Hey, did you bill me for that? Did you do this? Did you do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's right here. Look." So I have a big black file thing, and I put all my files in there from the past 16 years. Because I've been on my own. September will be 16 years, and I had receipts from his family, from the business, from his brother, and I put it all in the envelope. Yep, exactly. So I keep all my shit, and I keep all the receipts as well, like the things that I bought, so I can prove that that I did it. And I even, yeah, and he is, yeah. So the lawyer was so happy. My sister's lawyer was so happy. She was like, "Mark, you're wonderful." Like that was her word. She goes, "Mark, you're wonderful." She goes, "I wish all businessmen were like you." I said, "Well, I have common sense because I know like you need proof. Like you have to have proof of what you bought. Because if people can take you to court, like and say, 'Hey, look, you charged me all this money. Why the fuck where's my invoices? Like where's the material list?" And I had everything. I even gave them bank statements of the money that I was getting and what the money was for, and every place that I bought shit from. I put an X next to everything that I bought for the house, and I even had the receipts to back it up with, all from my charge accounts. So the lawyer was like, my sister and her lawyer were like, "Yep, he's fucked. There's nothing he can do about it." So I won that round. So he hasn't said nothing ever since, and he's even been nicer to my sister lately. He's like, "Damn it, Mark got me again." So yeah, exactly. And I have it all over my Instagram. You know, I did the pool, the big project, and he said that I got too much money for that project. Exactly, and that's the thing. My sister said he's gonna benefit off of me making this house look like the way it does, and you're gonna have the nerve to diss me, and you're gonna end up benefiting from the property. You fucking idiot. Yeah, the validation man way up. The house is worth like a lot. It's worth a lot, and it is worth what they evaluated it at. But we don't want to give him the money. That's the problem. Yeah, exactly. So he pretty much but the thing is he knows what he did is wrong. He knows what he did is wrong, but he did it to see if he'll get a reaction out of me and my sister. Because he indirectly called me and my sister money launderers, or like we robbed, we robbed the account, or we took the money. Like, are you serious? I've been working for you since I started. I worked at all three of your houses. Like, so, and I work for your parents. Like, are you that dumb? Like, what the fuck? I was confused. I was like, he's really trying to like say that we guys stole money? How? If I work for your parents and I'm a thief, then why would I be working for your parents and your brother and your company? I was like, this guy, he wants, what is he provoke? He's trying to provoke me to, to react. But remember what I always say, Esther, silence is better than bullshit. See? He really thinks he knows me, but I'm not a violent person. I never have been a violent person. And I smack people with the truth. That's what I do. I smack people with the truth. Liars don't have proof. I do. But it's going better now. Ever since 2 weeks ago when I gave that email, he's been very quiet. He feels like an idiot, and his lawyer must have told him, "What the fuck were you thinking? This guy just destroyed you in this email. You know that, right? We're fucked. You should have shut it. You should have kept quiet. I think we should move on with divorce proceedings, and I think you should leave Mark alone because he just tore you a new ass, son. Like, what are you thinking?" So my sister said it's so bad that he's like, he's like not saying a word. He's like very, very quiet. And I'm like, yeah, because he owes me money. he still owes me money from the renovation, and I made it clear that you owe me more than you think. So if you want, I'll take you to court and burn you because you're the homeowner, and it's your fault that the renovation didn't go right because you're the man of the house. I told you what to do, but you didn't listen. My sister has nothing to do with it. It was his fault that the renovation started to go south in the end. So who's gonna fix all this shit now? You? Hmm. So yeah, we got him right where he wanted. I have one of his nuts in my hand, and my sister has his other nut in her hand. So we got his balls. He ain't going nowhere. He can't get us. Yeah, I used reverse psychology on him. Yeah, he said that, I made too much money and I got paid too much. And then when I showed him that you actually owe me thousands of dollars that I saved you, because if I did charge for every hour that went by, you would owe me X amount of money. So he must have thought that, yeah, because he didn't do the math in his head before. See, he just wanted to. The thing is, he actually knows the truth, but he wanted to like provoke me. So because he didn't provoke me, it didn't work. So then I said, okay, well, you want to come at me? You want to come at me, of all people? All right, okay, no problem. So I ended up being pissed off when I worked it all out because I lost thousands of dollars that I shouldn't have lost. And I can take him to court and burn him for the thousands of dollars that I'm still owed from the renovation. So his lawyer must have said, you need to shut up, deal with the divorce with your wife, and leave this guy alone. He's not the person that you should be dealing with. Exactly. See, exactly. And that's the thing. I have all these videos. I have all the hours I worked. And you know what you said, family discount, right? Now, when I went to those stores, I have a charge account. So I get like some places I get 5, some places I get 10, sometimes I get 50, and sometimes I get 20. And if you pay cash, you get a discount too. So the receipts that I presented to the lawyer had the discount rates on it and what my bank account said. So I never charged them the discount rate. I gave them my discount. So when the lawyer saw that, she must have been like, you owe this guy thousands of dollars, you know that, right? And he ain't saying nothing because he did it for you guys because you're his family. And on top of that, this receipt proves that he didn't charge you the discount. Like he didn't take the discount for himself. And he charges your parents and everybody else more than he charged you. So what's the problem again? So his lawyer must have been looking at him like, this is some vindictive bullshit you got going on here. You better just leave this guy alone. He's too smart for you. You better just deal with your sister's divorce and stop worrying about your brother-in-law. You better leave him alone because he just destroyed you in this email and you need to keep quiet. You know me, I love reverse psychology, so I used it on him. He made it seem like I'm the thief, and I made him seem like I proved that I ain't no thief, and you're the one who owes me. You owe me thousands of dollars. I don't owe you shit. And I gave you my discount, you prick. Like, what are you talking about? Even when my sister saw the email and saw what I did, she actually felt bad. She was like, I can't believe that we owe you that much money if you actually, charged us for every single thing and every hour you did. And I was like, I told you already that I did it for you. I did it for the kids. I did it for me. I live here too, But I said, if I want to, I can take your asses to court. Because I got proof. I got videos. I got everything. I got receipts. I got everything I need. That's why no one will ever fuck me over. No way. No, you won't. So I always tell people when you have your own business, you have to clear your name. You have to make sure you have all your receipts, all the proof, take pictures. We have a wonderful system now where we have a phone, and this phone could take pictures, this phone could take videos, this phone brings truth. And when it records or takes a picture, it says the date. It also has the date. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't get me. It's all recorded. New with me, nothing much. I'm just same old Mark. Just doing my thing. I've been trying to come on here a lot more often. Exactly. Exactly. Um, I'm just trying to keep to myself and just be trying to get a little healthier and lose some weight and uh just trying to work and things like that, do my thing. Yeah, exactly. So um but I'm doing okay. It's just the people around me aren't doing too good. Like, my sister going through the divorce, the kids going through the whole thing. My parents had a big car accident a month ago. They've been without a car for a whole month, so I have to go pick them up and take them places. We're trying to find them a nice car, but we haven't had any luck with a decent secondhand car. A lot of the secondhand cars are like, they're okay, but we're trying to find something decent that would last them, a few more years. And so I'm okay. I'm doing great. It's just like me personal, my own personal goals is to lose at least 20 to 30 pounds. Um, to take advantage of the house when it's done. When this divorce is over, he has a big workshop over there and two spare rooms. And I'm going to go over there and try and, expand my business and things like that. So, I'm just waiting for this to all unfold so I can better my life and better my business and get from there, do what I have to do. Yeah, my mom, she suffered the most. She had back problems. She still does. Because when the guy hit him from behind, like it pushed my parents forward and backwards and gave whiplash. And my mom got banged up. She got bruised up pretty bad. She went to the hospital, but she's all right. They're just mad. Yeah, 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 yeah. He did, yeah. But this was like a pretty big accident. So I actually drove. They were actually 2 minutes away from home, and they stopped. The person stopped in front of them. Then my dad stopped, and he was there for like 10 seconds, waiting for like the traffic. And then a guy came out of nowhere and hit him dead on from the back and hit them into the front person. So my dad and mom's car got smashed in from the back and the front, and it's unrepairable. It's completely shut. And they had third party insurance, so they only got $2,000 back from the car. So $2,000 ain't gonna buy another car. So they're totally mad. They're pissed. And the guy that hit them didn't even call or say anything. Hey, how you guys doing? Or nothing. They don't give a fuck. Yep. So they had bad luck with the car and things like that. But I've been taking them to church to their appointments. I took them to a funeral on Thursday. We've had a pretty rough time this year. This year's been all out of whack for my family. Me personally, I'm okay. Like, I can handle it. I'm not really a complainer or a crybaby. Whatever happens, I know happens for a reason. I just move on from it. But my parents complain about not having a car and me coming to get them and me taking them places and wasting my time and my gas. And, they're a little worried that, I'm doing too much for them. But my sister took them to church today. My other brother and sister, they don't do shit. They just, bystanders. But I'm trying to find them a nice secondhand car. They don't want to buy a new one. Because my dad said it doesn't make sense buying a new one because he's going 80 years old this year in September. But yeah, they're physically okay now, though. Yeah, they are. Yeah. My mom's feeling much better. My dad is just like, he's fine too, but they're just like losing their minds about money and buying another car. And like, because the cheapest car you can get here is like 20 grand, right? So they don't want to take 20 grand out of their account, because they're not making any money. They're retired, right? So it's hard for them now. So unfortunately, they've had some bad luck. And then to top it all off, a week ago today, it's been 1 week already. I can't believe it. 1 week ago today, my friend committed suicide, and I would have never thought he would do such a thing because I just saw him the Friday before he committed suicide. I saw him 2 days before he committed suicide, and I would have never known he was going to do that. If I did, I would have tried to stop him. But that's been difficult. I took the week off this week because I still can't believe it happened. And it's a sad story leading up to it, and afterwards I've heard a lot of things that I didn't want to hear. So this week I'm supposed to this week I think the funeral is gonna happen. I'm not sure yet because his daughter was in England in school, and his other daughter just had a baby. So it's unbelievable. I just can't believe it. Thanks, sweetheart. I appreciate it. It's just it's been a difficult year and a difficult week altogether. Yeah. He had a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful daughters. He had a good company. He was a good person. Even somebody told my mom today at church that she still can't believe he would do that because he was such a nice guy. I haven't heard one bad thing about him. Like even me, I've known him my whole life. He was my brother's best friend, but me, my brother, and him always hung out together. Like we were always together. All 3 of us were always together. We went to the same school. Like he's like 9 years older than me. But wherever I went, my brother went. Like me and my brother were really close back in the day. And he's still my brother's best friend till today. So it's affected my brother a lot. He's more affected than I am, but we're all in just disbelief. We just can't fathom how he would why he would do that, and the way he did it, it's even worse. So it's and I spoke to his nephew, which is like he's about a year or 2 older than me. He was the youngest out of everybody of his whole family, and he watched his whole family die. So it's not easy. Yeah, it's difficult to find a second hand too. You're looking for a scooter. Yeah, you can be on a scooter. That's cool. Here, we have scooters all the time. Yeah, it's not easy, Esther. I've been through a hard, difficult mental week. We're thinking about this guy and why he would do such a thing. The worst thing of it all is his birthday was March 2nd. He went 55. He knew he was going to be a grandfather any day. And last week he kills himself. And then on Wednesday night, literally 3 days after he killed himself, his daughter had a baby boy. So we were like, what the fuck? Like when I first heard the news last week, Sunday, it was around this time that I heard the news. And I was like, my sister told me, and I was like, are you crazy? You sure it's that one? I was like, you sure it's him? And she's like, look, I wouldn't come and tell you if I didn't. So I was like, there's no way. Then another person called. I'm like, there's no fucking way this is gonna. My brother was in disbelief. He went down there right away. And his wife was like, yep, it's true. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So it's just it's mind-boggling, to be honest. But my cousin told me that you never know what goes through somebody's mind. You'll never know. Some people keep that shit all to themselves, where they know something or they feel that bad because something's going on and they know something nobody else does. So I don't know. I don't know what was the reason. I don't know. But like his nephew said, you might not ever know. But I didn't tell anybody that I'm a medium. So I was like, well, I know he'll come to me and tell me, you know. I know he'll come to me one day, because the first thing I did was try to tap into his spirit and see if he was around. And he just showed me him with his family, reuniting with his family. Because his mom, his dad, his two brothers, and his nephew all passed away in front of him. And all he had here was his immediate family and his sister and his nephews that loved him to death. And, you know, I just don't understand why he would do that. We're all like baffled on why the hell he do it. So. But I know he had a hard life. I know he did. I know he had a hard time accepting death. You know, and you know, he saw everybody die before him. So that's very painful, you know. That's a lot of funerals to go to in a lifetime. So, and it was hard because he was like the second last one out of a big ass family. So, and the two guys he had working for him, his two best employees, one got sick with a brain aneurysm, and the other guy can't work anymore because he's all messed up. And like his whole life, like his life was crumbling in front of him, like, you know, like he dwelled too much on the negative things instead of the positive things. So that's what I heard, and I feel bad, you know, for him. But I never, you know, would have thought that he would have took his own life. And that's something that I would have never bet on or never even thought of. That was like one of the last people I thought that was going to do something like that. But I hope that, you know, he's all right. And I saw him in spirit, you know, last week when I tapped into it, and he was with his family. So I'm glad he's there at least. But I'm sure he'll come to me eventually and tell me what's up. And I'll wait for him. That's fine. But yeah, it's been difficult. It's a difficult time for a lot of people, not just me, but for a lot of people. His family must be completely devastated. Um, so yeah, now I'm only waiting for the funeral and to get more word on what's going on. Yeah. So like I tell everybody, I'm good. I'm fine. Like, you know, I'm strong. I'm good. I'm fine. You know, everything's okay in my world. Marky's world's okay. It's just everybody around me is having difficulties, and I feel like I have to play Superman and help everybody, you know? So I'm trying to help everybody, bring everybody together, and, you know, comfort everybody, support everybody. So that's the main thing I'll be doing for the rest of this month, is helping everybody as usual. But I'm okay. I took this week off, and it felt good to be off for a week and just not do anything at all and come on here and tell my stories and things like that and help people and shit. So it's all good. You know? Yeah, well, I know his wife. I know his wife must be devastated because she found him, you know. So I know she's gonna be devastated for a long, long time. That's gonna tarnish her mind forever. Yeah, I know. I feel so bad for, you know, his daughter. His daughter, you know, is gonna remember the birth of her child and the death of her father. So that's a fucked up anniversary time. But she has a very good you know, boyfriend, the guy who's the father of the baby. He's a nice guy. I work with him. I know he's a good guy, and I know he'll take care of the family as well. He's a really good guy. So I'm not worried about them being taken care of. And the wife's brother-in-law, he's a good guy too. Like they're a good family, and I know his side of the family will help. The nephews will help. Like they'll make sure that she'll be able to stay at the house, and pay the bills and be okay. Like, I'm gonna help, my brother's gonna help, we're gonna all gonna help make sure they're okay. Like, I'm gonna offer my services to her once I see her. I'm gonna be like, hey, look, if you need anything done electrically, I'll more than gladly help, because he helped me. He used to give me a lot of shit for free, like construction stuff. He gave me like blocks for free. He always like set me up and helped me out. So I'm gonna help him same way. I want to give back like he gave to me. Hey Virgo, what's up? It's going good. All's good. Just talking about my friend's death and things like that. We got Esther in the building. Yeah, it's traumatizing, but life goes on. Like his nephew told me, it's we have to move forward. It's nothing we can do now. All we can do is just wait for everything to unfold and to make sure we get the right answers and make sure everything happens. Just give me a sec. Gotta text somebody real quick. Hey Marcia, how you doing? So yeah, it's been difficult for a lot of people, but I always say it always could be worse. And I always tell people as well, my thing lately is I tell everybody, look, if I'm healthy and I'm home and I'm working, my parents are alive, my family's okay and alive, and I'm got work, I have money, I have food, I have my health, and I'm not like suffering from any disease, and I think that I'm very fortunate. And that's how I look at life, and I have looked at life like that for many years. And I just want, what's best for everybody. If people come in here and they have a difficult situation, I always try to make it seem like they're not the only ones, and it's not the end of the world, that we can fix it. We just have to make it happen, or we just have to strive for better, or find a way. There's never a dead end. You can always find a way. There's always a way out of every situation. You just got to believe there is, and then another situation or another thing will happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think people think that they're never going to get out of the rut that they're in. But we have to like understand that we're in a better position than most people. There's people out there who don't have a job. There's people out there who don't have a home to live in. People who are getting evicted as we speak. People who can't afford this, or people who don't have that. People that are living through cancer right now. Like, do you ever stop and think about what if that was me? Or do you ever think like, I'm so glad I'm not in that position, because what the fuck would what I do? Like, so that's why like I say to myself, I'm blessed to be where I am. I'm blessed to be here talking to everybody and not in the hospital hooked up to some fucking IV and, or like dying from cancer and saying that, oh, you got a few days to live. Are you serious right now? You're worried about some dumb shit. So I think people make a big deal out of nothing and complain about little things when people have a worse situation and a worse life. So like, and that's why I always say like, I'm not really complaining about anything. I'm just trying to like help people. And then when I do complain, I remember, hey Mark, look, it's not that bad, bro. Yeah, this is happening right now, but hey, it's not going to be bad forever. Like, yeah, exactly. I always thank God every day. That's why I pray every day, because I'm scared that he's going to punish me, or he's going to give me karma, for my thoughts or my ways or or like thinking a certain way. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I come to terms with a lot of things, but certain people don't give a shit. They keep complaining about the most petty things in the world. Everybody says, "Oh, I can't find love. I'm single. I wish I had." No, you don't. Because if you had somebody and they were shitty, you regret it, wouldn't you? Would you rather be in a relationship full of fear and full of control and narcissistic behavior? Or would you rather be single and love yourself and be okay? Ask yourself that. And you think that all these people out there have a wonderful relationship? You keep thinking that. Right now, there's more divorce than there is marriage. Fuck. Like people need to grow up and realize that, it's not the end of the world. When things go bad, just know that it's not going to be that way all the time. And don't get too comfortable. Live your life accordingly, day by day. Don't make any plans. Just let everything just unfold. And try not to be one of those people who have things self-inflicted. Self-infliction, if that's a word, is what a lot of people do. They claim they want to do better, but they don't. So what happens to them is self-inflicted. Yeah, I'm that person for a long time now. I'm very grateful for everything, and I make sure I'm grateful, so I continue to be grateful. But I also need to, make myself better every day, and prove to God that, hey, I know you're blessing me, but I'm not going to take advantage of those blessings. I'm going to keep wanting those blessings, and I'm going to keep showing you that I'm going to be a better person. Even when you are a good person, you still can be better. There's always room for improvement, right? So there's a lot of things that I want to do. When I watch videos online and I see how people help poor people or help somebody on the side of the road, like I want to be that person too. I want to be the person who helps somebody or makes somebody's day or, does something really nice for somebody. I like doing shit for people because I know I'm got it better than most people. And the thing is, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a millionaire to do those things. You just got to be like, make sure you take care of yourself first. There's a saying, make sure you take care of home first. And then once home is cool, then you take care of everything else. And that's what I do. If I have all my bills paid and I don't owe nobody, then I owe it to myself to say, hey, you want to help somebody? Let's go help somebody today. Let's go do something for somebody. The simplest thing can help somebody. And that's what I do. Like I try to help my family more than anybody. And right now I'm helping my parents more than ever because they have no car, they have no transportation due to their accident. I help my sister and my nephews because they're going through a divorce. But I sometimes forget about myself. And I'm like, what about you, Mark? What the fuck you gonna do for yourself? So last night I said, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to a steak, mushrooms, and a potato, and I'm gonna eat myself a nice $20 to $30 meal because I deserve it. And that's what I'll do to make myself happy. Making a nice meal for myself makes myself happy, like giving myself a good dinner. I'm simple like that. Or if I go online, I see a nice, pretty little hat to add to my collection. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to buy a hat for myself. Fuck it. I'm going to buy another hat. I like this jacket right here. I'm going to buy this jacket. I'll buy something for myself. I'm not a materialistic person, but I never had shit like this when I was young. So, you treat yourself to something. Why not? Exactly. Yeah. So I always like to, treat myself to something every now and then. Even if I don't need it, I just want it because it makes me happy. So I'll do it. Fuck it, who cares? So last night I said I'm gonna buy a steak. I'm gonna go cook it. I'm gonna get myself a baked potato, some mushrooms, and I'll be happy. That's what makes me happy. A nice, good home cooked meal, and go about my business. And then like my nephew wanted like a PlayStation card, so I gave him a PlayStation card. And my other nephew said, "Look, I want a card for my game." I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll give you one." And today he won the volleyball tournament, the young one. I posted it up on my IG. Right before he played his tournament, he said, "Hey, Uncle Mark, can you go outside and help me with my serve?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's go." So we played. And then when I dropped him off, I said, "I hope you have a great game, bro. I love you." And he said, "I love you too, Uncle Mark." And then next thing you know, he won the tournament. So we took a few pictures together and we had a good laugh. So, that to me, like, is it makes me happy seeing my nephews happy after all they've been through. So it's nice, God is great. But you have to, be great in order to have God's blessing, You can't just do dumb shit and expect dumb shit to happen, good shit to happen. Oh, nice, Marcia. Yeah, lobster season is actually almost over. There's only today's the 19th. There's only 12 days left. It finishes on April 1st. So I already ordered my lobster for this week. So I'm gonna get like 2 or 3 lobsters so it can last me a few times. But I've had my share of lobster, so I'm kind of like whatever. Oh, nice. See, everybody treated themselves to something, so that's good. That's good to hear. Oh yeah, Asta, yeah. Thanks, Marcia. I appreciate it. I appreciate you too, sweetheart. Thanks. Yeah, I was happy for my nephew, because he went away a month ago on a tournament, and those guys made it to a far, but they didn't win, and he was bummed out about it. And I said, "Look, it's not the only competition you're gonna lose." I said, I'm a sports guy. My teams lose all the time, and they win a lot too. You can't always win and you can't always lose, but when you win, relish in it. Yeah, I know, right? I haven't had a lobster for about 3 weeks now. I haven't had a lobster. I've been trying to cut down on eating lobster. It's pretty expensive. It's like $60 for a nice lobster. So I told my sister that I want to cut back on eating it, like, too many times. So I said, "Look, before April 1st, we'll have a nice big lobster, and I'll invite my mom over because she loves lobster too." So I told my mom we'll have one for Easter. So I'll save it for Easter. I'll get it like a week before Easter. And actually, I don't even know when is Easter anyway. Oh, Easter's on the 9th. So 4 weeks, 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It's like almost 3 weeks away. Yeah. I'm lucky to have them too. They're good kids. They're good. They're good nephews. I have 6 nephews, and all of them are really good kids, really good boys. Yeah, that's a good thing, Marcia. I like uncles like that. My uncle that passed away 20 years ago, he was my godfather and like a second father to me. He was my favorite uncle. He did a lot for me. He left, like when he died, he left me in his will. I was the only one left in his will. In the will, he gave me his watch, his ring, some jewelry and stuff, and some money and stuff like that. So, because I was the only one that really paid him any mind. He was like always good to me. He was a good person, and he shows up in my readings. And when I get mediumship readings from other mediums, he shows up in my reading a lot. Yeah, so it's nice to have like a good uncle. My uncle here on my dad's side, he's a loser. So I don't really speak to him like that. He's a weirdo. But they say you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your relatives. But you can choose not to speak to them. I actually posted something on my Instagram about that. There's a verse in the Bible that says something about those who don't take care of their relatives, especially their household, is like a non-believer. It's like not believing in God. So I'm like, yep, I know a lot of those people. I try to take care of everybody, you know what I'm saying? But especially my family, but some of your family you just don't want to even look at because they disrespected you or they did some bad shit to you, you know? Yeah, Marcia, uh, he's always with you, that's for sure. The good thing about people who pass away that are close to you, you always have them in spirit. They become your angel. They become, someone who's always next to you and trying to guide you and help you in the right way. But they're only going to do that if they see you're working on yourself and they know that you're there. You're really genuinely care about them. So the more you acknowledge them, the better it is because then they help you in a spirit form. They become a part of your spirit army. So everybody who passes away in my life, like my friend who passed away last week Sunday, you know, um, I know he's in my spirit army now. So at least I obviously I don't like the fact that he took his life, but at the end of the day, I never know what goes through people's minds and what went through his mind. But I forgive him. I still love him. I still will take him on as my spirit, helper. So it's all good. That's me. If I do not cater to him, that's me being judgmental, right? And I shouldn't be judging anybody who does that because we never know what goes through somebody's mind. We don't know the pressure that someone has. And sometimes we'll never know. Yeah, Marcia, I know a lot of people that say the same thing. They come in here and they say, I miss my mom, I miss my dad, I miss my, you know. It's not Mother's Day here. No, May is Mother's Day here. But I know a few people. I saw that actually. I think it's Mother's Day in some places. I don't know why it's different in some places, but I saw somebody post something about Happy Mother's Day, and I was like, huh? And I realized that different parts of the world um, have that. Yeah. So Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. But my mom says the best thing, which I agree with her 100%. My mom says every day is Mother's Day, not just one day. Every day is Mother's Day. That's coming from my mom, Marky Mark's mommy. It comes from her mouth, and she says every time Mother's Day approaches, and it's here we say Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and she's like, every day is Mother's Day. And I said, Mom, you're right. Being a mom is a 24/7, 365 day a year job. So I agree with you, Mom. Every day is Mother's Day. Okay. Yeah, I think in the UK it's Mother's Day, and in the states and all that everywhere else, I think Mother's Day is in May. Yeah, as far as I know, and Father's Day is in June. Mm. Yeah, exactly. Happy Mother's Day every day. So I know they're acknowledged. I never really like all those holidays and things that people recognize somebody for one day. Some people have 1 month of recognition, but every day should be a day of celebrating everybody. So I don't know. I don't get why it has to be celebrated on one day. That's why my mom's pissed. She's like, huh, I'm a mother of four and I have 6 grandchildren. I've raised 10 kids, four that I'm on and 6 grandchildren. Every day is Mother's Day. And we all laugh like crazy that day. One Christmas, my mom said that after the sixth grandchild was born, after my sixth nephew, she said, and she had him in her arms, she says, every day is Mother's Day. This is number 10. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? My poor mom, she's been through some shit. She's raised 4 kids and 6 grandchildren, 10 kids altogether in the past 50 years. So And that's why I'm helping her out right now, get through her little cycle of, bullshit. But yeah, it's all good though. Somebody coming up here making noise. Sounds like a damn truck. But yeah, it's been a quite a crazy year this year. But I honestly hope that everybody, gets better and better as this year goes on. There's a lot of planetary changes and things like that, so hopefully things go right for a lot of people. And I just want everybody not to give up on what they're doing, and what their goal is. Like there's always a way to make shit happen, and there's always like a way to like get things in the right way, and the right have the right perspective to get things better. Yeah, Pluto goes into Aquarius, which is my sign, and that's the planet of transformation, rebirth, and death, and shit coming to an end and shit getting better. So I'm looking forward to it. And Aquarius is already like a sign of humanitarians and bringing people together. As you all know, I like to do that. I like to be very sociable and talk to people and get knowledge and communicate. So at least Pluto is going into a real sign this time and not into like, that crazy sign that it just came out of, which I won't mention. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the change, to the transformation. I'm looking forward to the next 20 years. I'm looking forward to, you know, getting myself to even happier place. And that's it. And I hope I can take everybody on my journey as well and keep proving to people that we can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And if we all do it, we'll all be happy. So thanks, Virgo. I appreciate that. But we'll all be all right. We'll all be all right. Trust me, we'll all be okay. No matter what sign you are, no matter what, you keep putting good energy out there, you keep being positive, that shit will all come back to you. You're the worse you are, the worse things are gonna get. Even if it doesn't happen right away, you will. Like my mom says, my mom's a wise woman with a lot of sayings from her mother, my grandmother. My grandmother used to say, don't do wicked things and bad things because you're going to pay for all those karma sins and those things before you go to hell. And if you don't, you already know where you're going. And that's the place that you don't know nothing about until you get there. So it's either you repent and be a better person, or you're going way down into a hole. And it's definitely there, believe it. And there's a lot more people going there now. It's a full house down there. It's a full house right now. Believe me. There's a lot of people going down and up. That's why, people are doing a lot of dumb shit. I can't change their ways. I can't change the way they think. But what I can change is me, to make sure I go to the right place at the right time and make sure that my life is okay. I ain't worried about where you're going. I'm worried about where I'm going. I don't want to go burn in hell. Hell no. No, no. It's already bad enough I live in a hot place. I feel like I'm living in hell summertime. That ain't nothing compared to some people I know who are living in 100 degrees. I'm like, oh, hell no. No, no, no. But hey, exactly. I want to stay far away from there. No thanks. Diamond, what's wrong, baby? Diamond wants her din din. All right, Esther, enjoy your meal. It was great seeing you. I'm glad you stopped by and we caught up. I haven't seen you forever. I'm glad you're doing okay. And your reading was really good. So just keep, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. And with everybody's prayers to each other, we'll make sure we get everything that we need. You too, sweetheart. Thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, Marcia. No problem, sweetie. Mwah. What's wrong, baby? It's okay. It's just the wind. My dog's like wondering what the heck's the noise, right? It's windy outside, so it's like there's something flapping in the air outside there. So she's like looking, there's a guy out there working, so I can hear his machine. She's like, who's that? It's okay, baby. We're gonna get some dinner soon, okay? She's at the door, like waiting. She's like, what the heck's going on? She heard that truck come up here, see? So she's like, who the hell was that? Who's coming around here? What's the matter? Come here. She's so funny. She let the littlest thing, she thinks something's going on. Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry. It's okay. Nobody's coming up here. Nobody's coming to see you. Okay? Nobody's coming to see you. Ain't nobody worried about you. It's just something else. Virgo, you want a message before I answer Marcia's question? There she is. Let's see her. I have my shutters closed because it's so windy. It's okay, baby. We're gonna a little while, okay? Okay, baby. All right. This is for Virgo. All right, this is your card. And it says, distinguish the importance of your inner spiritual work from outer success. Distinguish the importance of your inner spiritual work from outer success. There you go. So keep your spiritual work going. Thanks, Marcia. I'll get to you right now. Let me see. You're welcome, Virgo. No problem, sweetie. All right. All righty. Let me see what I got here. Come on, dang. I'm just waiting for, oh, here it is. Cool. All right, Marcia. I just got it. Here you go. Beep. All right, so you said, so Arthur had her parents, like always on Friday. I was serving him a drink while Janine walked through my section. She seen me. What can you tell me about the situation? Always gotta be. All right, cool. No problem, Marcy. I'll check that for you. All right, so you want to know what Janine thought about you and you serving Arthur a drink and him in your section? Yeah, he probably does that on purpose to see, what attention he can get or see if he can cause mischief. Yeah, well, you know him. Situation between them, okay. All right, between them, there's a Arthur keeps inviting her, talking to her, wants to like attract her towards him. Yeah, he's trying. You're right because I got it right here in the cards. Like he's trying to get her jealous or to get her like to look at like say, hey, look at me, I'm over here with Marcia. Because I think Janine's like realizing that she doesn't really want to deal with him anymore, and he just can't accept it. So he's offering her little things like he's saying to her, hey, look, talk to me, like you could trust me, like I'll help you, or he's offering her stuff, right? But she's like, yeah, whatever. He also says to her, hey, look, I came all the way here just to see you, and we can overcome what difficulties we have. We're gonna be all right. You should come live with me. You should come be with me. I think he's like trying to get her back because she must have like got rid of him, or they're like not speaking too much to each other, or they're like kind of on like a separation spell, right? Yeah, exactly. She knows that when she's with him, there's like too much pressure around her. Like she feels pressured. She feels like she has to do what he does. So if he drinks, he wants her to drink with him. And she's like, no, I don't want to. Like he says, okay, let's do this. And she's like, no, I don't want to. And he's like, yeah, you have to. Come on, do it. And she also feels like he doesn't appreciate her. Like she's like, you don't appreciate me. You don't give a shit about me. All you want to do is get drunk or, spend money, do this, do that. I've lost myself because of you. I'm always feeling like I'm delayed or like you do too much and then we don't have nothing in the end. Okay, well then it's not the drinking, it's probably the gambling. Yeah, there's like a pressure, that she feels like she has to do something. Yeah, uses her from okay. Yeah, because I'm getting like it's a an addiction. So I thought maybe he drank, but if he doesn't drink, then it's definitely the gambling. Yeah, I don't know if she drinks, but if she drinks, she might like sometimes have a drink and he's like, oh, you shouldn't drink, blah, blah, blah. He tries to control her life or tell her she can't do something. And then when she does a lot for him, he doesn't appreciate it. Like he doesn't show her any type of appreciation whatsoever. So that's where the drinking comes in. Yeah, she's not looking at him. She's looking to break free from him because her experience with him is always being let down, and she feels like she can't have any type of opportunity or life as long as he's in it. Like she feels distracted, confused. She's like mentally drained from him, and she wants to be alone. She doesn't want to deal with him anymore. Yeah, see, yeah, she's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing to her now, where she has a drink and he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that shit," blah blah blah. But she feels like he's bad. He has bad luck. Like she feels he's her bad luck. Blah blah blah. Yes, I said that right. Yeah. She feels very let down, and she feels like he controls her life, and she doesn't want that anymore. She's like totally finished with him, but he's still trying to get her back. He's still trying to say, "Hey, look, I'll pay you back, or I'm not going to be selfish. I'm not going to give you some of my time. You know, let's work it out. Let's do this like that." He's like manipulating her, but she's kind of realizing that, you know, this guy isn't what he says he is. It's time to like move on from it, but he's being very persistent. Uh, yeah, well, that's because she realizes that you were right. See, a lot of women, and I'll say this because I'm a man, right? A lot of women and men do it also. Men do it to me, but I'll tell you because I'm talking to you, you're a woman. When a woman breaks up with a guy and she sees another woman next to him, the first thing that woman's going to do is going to say, "Hey, look, you don't want no parts of that guy. He did this, this, and that." And that woman is either going to take your advice or go against it. Where she said, "I don't care what you say. I'm going out with him. You know, you're just jealous that I'm getting him and you're not." And then when they realize it, you know, months or a year later or whenever, how long it takes, they say, "You know what? Now I know why Marcia told me, because she was looking out for me. But I thought that she was jealous because I took to her man or whatever. Or, you know, her man came to me." So, you know, that's just a thing that people have. It's the same thing that happens to me. You know, a guy will be like, "Oh, yeah, you don't want her. She's a hoe." You know, that's the best, that's the most expressed thing, sentence that I've heard, you know? So I'm like, well, I don't think she's a hoe. I'm going to go check her out anyway. I don't care what you say anyway. Let me see if she really is a hoe. And come to find out the person is not, then you'd be all right. Yeah, exactly. It's karma. Yeah. But to answer your question, Marcia, it looks like she's finally woke up and not wanting to deal with him, but he's being very persistent. He still offers her, like, "Hey, baby, come to me and I'll give you back your money, you know, this and that and blah, blah, blah." Looks like he owes her money, but, you know, she pretty much gave him an ultimatum. She don't want him back anymore, but that's up to her to make the full, you know, statement and stay to it. So that's why he's probably using you to get to her. So don't allow him to use you either. You know, be very aware of that. And you know, and don't do it to get back at her either. You know, obviously you got to do your job, right? You have to serve him regardless. Well, you don't have to, but you know, you're serving him. You're doing what you have to do, but make it short and sweet. Just do your job and move on. Don't get involved in that situation, because he's just going to try and use you and make you feel vulnerable. So be aware of that. Right. So I think that he's doing, I don't think, I can see in the cards that, you know, he's actually doing that to her right now. You know, he's actually doing that right now, which is terrible. But hey, unfortunately, we can't, That's just the case. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. Hey, Virgo. Okay, you did? All right, thanks. Yeah, I understand. But like you can serve them and do what you have to do at your part of your job, right, Marcia? But limit your conversations with him. Don't give him your energy and don't let him be in your energy too long. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my advice to you. You can do whatever you want. I don't, it's not my say. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But my advice to you is to make things very, very short and sweet. That's it. Like just be like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. If he tries to talk to you, tell him no. It's not happening. If it's not work related or him you serving him or doing something, then yeah, that's like go. Don't try and listen to him. Don't try and get involved with him again. Because that's what he's gonna try and do. I know you're smarter than that, but don't get involved in that bullshit. Yeah. Please don't do that to yourself again. Um so yeah, that's just something that you have to like, deal with, obviously. But don't let it get to you. Just give me a second. I gotta text somebody. Virgo, you can ask. Actually, did you ask your question? Let me see. Okay. What should you expect this coming week? All right, Virgo, I'll check that out for you right now. And thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, there you go, Marcia. Just please don't do that to yourself again. I know you're smart, and I know you'll make sure. Um, Yeah, well, it looks like he's manipulating her and trying to get her to feel vulnerable and take him back. But looks like she's had enough for now. Hopefully, she doesn't go back to him. But he's trying his best. So he's giving her small offers, being romantic, trying pulling her back in emotionally, promising her things and stuff like that, flattering her, telling her she's beautiful and she looks good today, and all that type of bullshit that men do. All right, Virgo, let's see what you can expect this coming week. Yeah, well, we have to live with our choices. Yeah. Okay, Virgo, what can you expect in the next 7 days is for you personally, I feel like the best thing to do is understand that your difficulty in understanding other people will keep you alone for a while. The best thing to do is stay alone or just stick to the people who you love and care about. You know that you can't really work with other people because they're too hostile. They have conflict of interest. They don't want no real union, and they want to like break their ties, or they just have this thing about you that they can't just deal with you. They want to just like try to break you instead of make you, right? You may be very frustrated because people don't face the facts when in your concern, or you might be worried that you might have to alienate yourself because you're getting the wrong affection, or you're getting worried that people are just not going to do what they have to do around you or for you, or this could be like just conflict that people bring to the table to try to make you look like a person that you're not. What I'm also getting is someone that you're friends with, somebody from your past will resurface into your life, like a reunion with this person. If like of an old friend returning back to you or around you, you can be hanging out with an old friend, somebody from your childhood or somebody that you haven't seen in a long time could resurface into your life. And this is like a hopeful thing, or like somebody that you're hoping to come back into your life, or somebody that you like, that you talk to from now and then, but they're coming back to say hello, or you don't really know how to take it when they do come back. Whatever you're expecting, it is favorable, it is hopeful. Just know that the outlook in the future, in the next coming days, things will be okay for you because of this old friend coming back in your life, or it could be also a new like alliance, like somebody you link up with to do a project with or to work with, or somebody you work with, you and them can be doing a project together, or you and this person can be working together a little closely. So that would be like, help you get over like some of the things that you're going through mentally with other people. What I'm getting is the more you grow in life, and the more you work hard, the more progress and successful things that are gonna happen. If you have like some dealings with some other people, then those efforts will be nearly due, and you'll get everything you need. If you're looking for more money, you'll get that. You'll feel a lot better by the end of the week. By this time next week, you'll feel like more accomplished because you got a decent paycheck, or you got more money than you thought, or you did some hours and you got like paid, or you just feel a lot better. Like you feel like you don't have to like you don't feel like you wasted your time on something. Also, like if you're trying to reorganize things around you, that will be successful. If you're trying to reorganize, or like you're trying to put in effort, the efforts will be amounted to, like you'll get what you need, and you'll feel like you accomplished something this week after it's all said and done. Like, so next week Sunday you'll be like, okay, that was a good week. I got everything I needed to get done. I've done what I had to do, said what I had to say. Now I can move on and go to the next week. So you'll feel good this week. The only thing like that's the good part of it. But I wouldn't say the bad part. I would say that try not to worry so much about people's decisions and people's affection towards you, or people's like effects. Like the best thing to do is not to be frustrated from what someone says, what someone does, or what somebody thinks about you. Like, if you know deep down inside you're better off by yourself, and work with yourself, and not dealing with too many people. Like I always have this thing where like, I have this thing where, the more you focus on yourself, the less everybody else means. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. I'll find out who it is. Ooh. Oh boy. The past person is somebody who you used to like date, or was in a relationship with, or this is somebody that, like, I get two things here. I'll give you the whole 9 yards. It's somebody you either dated, and this person is not really happy, and they're going to come back and tell you about it and be like, hey, look, I should have never left you, or I should have dated you. I made a bad choice. I'm just coming back to tell you I had a really fucked up experience. I'm happy that, I can even, yeah, they have regrets. Yeah. And this is also somebody who like wanted a family with you, or had or like, this could be like somebody that would rather be with their family, or like has a family with you or something like that, or wanted a family with you. It's definitely like a guy, I think. So, I mean, I don't think I see a guy here that's very disappointed about, and he's like feeling stuck in his life. So when he comes back to tell you these things, he's gonna feel like you're gonna give him sympathy. He's gonna feel he wants support from you more than anything. He wants support. He probably still likes you deep down inside, possibly loves you deep down inside. And I think that, he'd rather be content around you because he'll feel like, you're like, um, you're good for him. Like you make him feel better, or you make him feel like, he wants to like regain his reputation with you and show you like, hey, look, I'll be there for you like family. I'll be there for you in the relationship. I can do you this. I can give you that. The person's disappointed right now. So they're gonna come back and tell you about it and possibly try to like swindle their way back into your life. Ah, okay. I feel like it's genuine and he really likes you and he really like wants to like, you know, apologize in person. So I think that they're very sincere about it. I think they're very sincere about the whole thing and I think they really mean it. But just remember that, it's a it's a work in progress, but it looks good though. It's not like it's a bad thing. I think it's good. Okay, Marcia. Thanks. You're welcome, Virgo. It's all good. Yeah, I think he is though. I think it's gonna happen this week. From now until next week, I feel like you're gonna see this person. Because I get like, him wanting to talk to you about his fucked up life or his situation or what he did. So I feel it's very sincere too. I feel like this person is really gonna mean it. Okay, Marcia. All right. It's about girl easy to make me feel a certain kind of way. Oh, this is that guy you asked me about before. Oh, that's what narcissists do, sweetheart. They're nice when they want something, and when they want to show their colors, they don't care. Yeah, that's what they do. The new moon on the 21st, Aries people will take action. Yeah. Well, I hope no Aries person takes action with me. Only if they're good, though. Only if they're nice Aries. I have a lot of nice Aries people in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I used to dislike Aries people for a long time. So I always felt like, they have this energy where they're selfish and they can be like all about themselves all the time. I don't like that shit. Yeah, I don't really like too many Aries people, but I have some really wonderful Aries people in my life. So that's why I don't really dwell on the sign too much because not everybody's the same. And sometimes signs never really make a that's why I'm not really like a huge astrology fan. But some astrology is real. But like there's good and bad in everything, right? But I have some really nice Aries friends that I really like and still talk to today, and they're really good to me, and I'm really good to them, and we're fine. When I found out they're Aries, I'm like, really? I said, fuck, Mark. Maybe Aries people aren't really that bad. You just encountered some shitty ones, So they say that about Aquarius guys. You know how many girls in these chat rooms bash Aquarius guys? Don't ever go out with an Aquarius guy. They're cheaters. They're liars. They're assholes. They're pieces of. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, I'm going back in the bush. Like you see online when Homer goes back in the bushes, he's like, I'm not an. I feel like saying, no, I'm not an Aquarius. I'm whatever you want me to be, but I'm not an Aquarius. If you think all Aquarius guys are bad, I don't want to be one then. Yeah. You know, I've seen some women bash the shit out of Aquarius guys, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm cool as fuck. All right, I'm not no cheater or narcissist or I don't treat women like that. Hell no. If that was the case, I'd have a woman by now. Now I like Aries people. They're cool. Some of them are a pain in the ass, just like everybody else. All right, let's check Marcia. Well, the Aries guy came up. I got the Magician here. The Magician is usually referred to as an Aries, but he's actually showing up here. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I'm an Aquarius and Aquarius rising. I'm both. So if anybody says, "What's your rising sign?" I'm like Aquarius. No, I mean, what's your? I'm like, look, are you listening to me? I'm sun and rising. I'm both. I'm a double Aquarius. That's why I'm double smart and double the fun. Okay, leave me alone. It's not my fault. I'm a double Aquarius. Leave me alone. You're welcome, Virgo. No problem, sweetheart. All right, I'll be on later on tonight. Probably another 4 hours from now. I'll be on. And as I look up at the clock, it says 5:55. I looked up at the clock to see what time it was, and it says 5:55. Ain't that some shit? Oh boy. So Marcia, I would say this guy has narcissistic, tendencies. I think that this person likes to waste money. They misuse their money, and they just use corrupted money, and they use their money is like when obviously they like to gamble and obviously like to bet and shit and things like that. I would say this person was very determined to say things to you to try and get some type of advantage. I think they like to negotiate a lot. Like they like to tell you things and see what you say. Like they'll say something to get a reaction, make a reaction type of thing. I think that this person is like the type of person who has a lot. I think that he has a lot of self-confidence and he thinks a lot about himself. But I also feel like he's very tricky and he's very deceptive. And he brings off like a I know everything vibe, and you can't tell me nothing because I know about this. Whatever situation he says he knows about, you can't tell him nothing. Like he knows everything. And whatever he does for like a living, nobody can tell him about what he does because he knows everything. He's a know-it-all. But I also feel like he's very successful at what he does. Like I think whatever he does for a living, I can't remember what you said he does, but I feel like, he's all about himself. And I think that he loves money. I think he has a lot of money, but he's not happy with his life. Like he doesn't have everything he needs. You could be rich or you can have all this money, but if you don't have love and you don't have, self-love, then you ain't nothing. So I don't think he's very happy in his life. I think he's more of a negotiator and more of like somebody who tries to get one up on somebody. Like he's got that sleight of hand mentality. Like he has everything in front of him, and he could choose and pick and choose whatever he wants to do and whatever he wants to say. And he doesn't care. Like he'll use his money to corrupt people. Yeah, so that's definitely him. He's just like one of those type of guys that, I'll do whatever I do and I'll say whatever I say, and whoever takes it the way they take it, I don't really care. Like he's got that like you said, no shame mentality. I think that, the reason he's like this is because he has to like make himself feel good because no one else makes him feel good. Like I don't see him like in love with somebody or wanting to be with somebody. I think he doesn't have like a good love life or a good life outside of what you see. I think that the only thing that makes him happy is money. He likes you. He thinks you're a good person and he likes you. He likes to conversate with you. He likes to run his ideas past you, but he knows that like right, like he likes you though, like as a person, not like in a love way, not like in a relationship way. He doesn't like you like that. But I would say that like he likes the fact that he has someone like you talk to him, but he also would use his like money to like try and run your life or something. Yeah, exactly. I feel like he feels kind of selfish. Even he knows he's selfish and he knows that like sometimes he thinks he puts too much pressure on you or he makes you feel pressure from him, if that makes sense. He likes to talk to you because you listen. Yeah. He likes the conversation. He likes to talk to you. He likes to tell you about things. Deep down inside, I don't think he's a bad person. I just think that he's somebody who thinks his shit don't stink. Hey, that's that. Some Aries guys are like that. They just think some people are just like that. They don't have to be an Aries, um, but the thing is, I think he's cool. But it's just that he doesn't look at you in a bad way though. He actually likes you a lot, but not in a love sense. He just likes to like talk to you. Yeah, like I think that you help him with his problems is what I would like to say. Like when he talks to you, he feels like he can solve his problems, or you help him solve his problems, or you may feel he like um what do I want to say here? I want to like he's when he talks to you, he doesn't think about his problems, is what I want to say. Like when he talks to you, he's like, yeah, I don't even feel like I have problems. Like I like to talk to, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's why it comes to you because he thinks that you don't want like what I want to say also is like the reason why he likes you is because you don't come on to him for his money and you don't look at him like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy because I know he's got money. Like he respects the fact that you don't come after him in a love sense and as a friend, like and a supportive friend type of thing. Like he likes you like that. Yeah. I know you don't like him more than that, but you know what I mean. Like he just likes the fact that you help him, you give him advice, and you like him, and you don't like come after him because he knows he's got money and shit. But he seems like a cool guy. It's just that he's probably been through like how people want how women men and women are the same. They do the same shit. And they know somebody's got money, they go after him. So he kind of respects the fact that you don't do that, and you like treat him like a human being. So yeah, I can see that. I can see that he uses his power and his money to disrespect people. But if you are cool with him, he'll be cool with you. See, that's the Aries life. See, a lot of Aries people are like that, and Aquarius people, a lot of people, everybody's like that. Not everybody, but a lot of people are like that, especially Aries people. I feel like if you help them, they'll help you. But if you don't help them, they don't give a shit. They're not gonna like give you the time of day. And me as an Aquarius, I feel the same way. Like if you're not doing nothing for me, and if you don't benefit anything for me, like if I'm doing a lot of shit for you and you don't do fucks for me, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Why am I doing all this shit for you and you don't give me not, you don't do anything in return? I mean, I never expect anything, but you're not gonna keep taking, 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 taking. That's not gonna happen. So I feel like some Aries people are like that too. I know some that are like that, where it's like, yeah, if you're not beneficial to me, then we're not gonna be together, or we're not gonna talk, or we're not gonna even associate. So yeah, that's what I see with him. He's like that. That's how it is, you know. Yeah, yeah. I think that he has like, that issue where he's like, I think he feels like the world's against him. You know how some people are. Like that's just the way they are. Like they just think that the world's against them all the time. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like he's a bad person. I just think that he has a lot of issues. You know, yeah. That's why I don't really judge anybody anymore as used like I used to. I mean, I used to judge people all the time. I still do from time to time. It's hard not to judge somebody, but it's like that's just the way it is sometimes. Some people are like that, you know. Yeah, that can affect a lot of kids and people too. That sucks. I know. When I was growing up, I always used to be mad when I heard somebody's parents were broken up or something like that. It sucks. Hey, baby, you want to go get some yum yums? You want some yummies? You want dinner? But yeah, I'm gonna be back on later. It's 6 o'clock here. I'm gonna go feed my dog. Yeah, that's hard, Marcia. My parents are still together 60 years later, and I couldn't imagine going through a divorce and things like that. That sucks. I couldn't imagine that. But my parents have been together for 60 years, and I've never seen them fight or anything like that. Yeah, I that's why like I take care of my parents because I know how it is. Like people, my brother went through a divorce. My sister's going through it now. My friends have all been divorced, and family. My uncle's been divorced. It's hard on the kids. You know, it's very hard on the kids. So the good thing is my nephews are teenagers now, so it's kind of easier. But at the same time, I know they like they can't stand their father right now, but they have me. So, and I know a lot of people have stepdads and stepmoms, and they're just as great, or they can be greater than their original parent. And some people are born with, they grow up with their auntie, their uncle, their granny, their sister, their brother. I know a lot of people that come in here that been through that shit, and I admire them, and I always try and tell them, hey, look, you know, I never grew up like that, but I feel for you, and just know that I'm here to help. Like, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, see, this sucks all around. Yeah. But at least you have two wonderful boys, Marcia, and you're healthy and you're fine and you're okay. That's all that matters, you know what I mean? And you have your mom in spirit, you know. All right, sweetheart. I'll be on here later on. I'm gonna go get some dinner for my dog and get some dinner for myself, and I'll be back on in like maybe 3 hours or so. All right. You're welcome, sweetheart, and thank you for donating and being here, and I appreciate you. Mwah. Take care. I'll see you in a bit.